Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience of being a mixed white and black in America, growing up and today in life. The reason why I'm talking about this is because February is Black History Month and I haven't made a video yet, so I feel like this is a good video to talk about with my experience of being half black and half white and growing up in predominantly white schools and just stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and we will get started right into this topic. Alright, so jumping right into this video, this past weekend I went to my dad's house and we watched a couple movies that were for Black History Month. The first one we watched was Black Klansman, the KKK, Black Klansman, with Denzel Washington's son, and then the second movie we watched was The Hate U Give, and like in that little thing, it's Thug is like the, you know, the name of The Hate U Give. So this kind of sprung up like things from the past of growing up in a white neighborhood and going to white schools, stuff like that. So I just want to talk about my experience of being mixed. Like, I'm not full black, but I am mixed, so I still know discrimination, I still know oppression, I still know all those terms of being a black person in America is like. So while watching The Hate U Give, this girl, the main character Star, it's based on a book, and this character Star, she grows up in the hood. She, you know, there's gun violence, there's black on black violence, that kind of stuff, and then her parents send her to an all-white school. That way their education will be better and they'll just like get out of the hood area or whatever. But I really rang true to Star in this movie. So I kind of like rang true to that because I did grow up in an all-white neighborhood and went to all-white school. I didn't grow up in the hood or anything, but I did have to use the kind of the same terms that she was using throughout the movie, which is called, the main one that I like identified was called code switching. So basically code switching is you acting different types of way to different types of people. So the author of the book, she gave an example. We were watching all the extras and stuff. She gave an example of when she's, you know, in the hood, she can listen to all the music she kind of wants. And then when she went to college, which was an all-white college for the most part, she listened to Jonas Brothers. And that was like so true to me, because I like all kinds of music. I love rap and hip hop, and I love back in the day rap and the meaningful hip hop, not so much like today rap. But like sometimes I have music that has cussing and whatever, and I work in like a neighborhood that's all white. Like, I mean all white. The school, every kid for the most part is white. I barely see any other people of color in the school. And I was driving and I was playing She Knows by Neo with my windows down. And, you know, I'm realizing, oh shoot, like I'm in the wrong side of the neighborhood to be playing this kind of music. And sure enough, I look over and there's an older couple. They gave me a disgusting look. I mean, the most disgusting look I've ever seen. And they rolled up their windows like they were better than me. And so like stuff like that is really true for the African American community, because we have to act a certain way with people that are not of color, and then we have to act a certain way maybe with our own family. Like, we feel enough like we can act that way with our family. So code switching has really been a prominent thing in my life, because I know with my cousins and my family members who are black, I can act a certain way, but when I'm with my friends who are white, they don't understand anything that I'm going through. They don't understand the terms that I use and like the slang or whatever. And even with my family on my mom's side that's white. So it's kind of, I'm doing that too. I'm in between worlds. I have to be this person in one certain situation and then be another person in a certain situation. That really hit me hard in that movie, because that's me. That's what I've lived with. I've lived with, you know, predominantly black friends at school. I really didn't have any black friends at school because of the things they were doing, you know, cussing, getting in trouble a lot. And my, you know, for my dad, it was hard because he thought that I was choosing my mom's side, but it wasn't. It was just, that's not the kind of person I was. I wanted to be good in school. I wanted to do good things. I even left some of my friends who were white who were doing bad things. So it wasn't a color thing. It was because I wanted to be good and do the best I can in school. So I grew up with all white friends for the most part. I had a few colored friends back in here and there, and like I have a lot of Hispanic friends now, and a few black friends as well. But since I grew up in Clovis, and that's a white neighborhood, I act white, I guess. That's what you could say. Look at me. I'm not ghetto like people like to label black people, which is stupid. So just being able to grow up in like a white neighborhood or whatever, it allowed me to fit in with all colors because I know how to change my point of view or change how I need to say something in order to try to fit in. So that was really a big part of that movie, was code switching, and that was like something that, you know, growing up in America in a white area, that's how I felt all the time. The world views me as black. It just does. And that's just how society is, and that's how people view me all the time. Most of the time don't even know that I'm white. Sometimes they think I'm full black, or people have mentioned I'm maybe Puerto Rican, but no, I'm not. I'm just black and white. So, you know, growing up, people automatically name me black. Like I had kids in my class ask me if my dad was a drug dealer because I was black, or I was called the N-word a lot in school, or I was called a gorilla, stuff like that. So just, even though I was half and I was still their race, half their race, I was still being discriminated against. I was still oppressed. I was still having racial slurs said to me. So that really sucked growing up, because, you know, as a kid, that like stuff really does ring true to you. Like you really do hear it, and it really makes you sad because you're ashamed to be black. And I'm not ashamed to be black, but they make you feel like you need to be ashamed to be black because of how society views black people, which sucks. So just growing up in that kind of society and having to deal with this on a everyday basis, it sucks, because there's nothing wrong with being black. There's nothing wrong with having natural hair. It's not nappy, it's not a weave. I've had people ask me constantly if my hair is a weave. Just because I'm black doesn't mean I have a weave. So just that kind of stereotypical stuff even happens today. Like I said, that car situation, when they rolled up their window, looked at me in disgust because I was playing a song that they may have never heard before or whatever. Or like in school and college, I really haven't had any like racial things, but the things that people say sometimes in class when we're doing discussions about things, stuff like that, they don't understand what it's like to be a person of color. They really don't. Like, they don't know what it's like to be called names constantly, being looked at differently, always assuming that we're bad people, or assuming that we're ghetto. And I'm not just talking about black people, I'm talking about every colored person who's not white. So that's something that I'm really fighting with and struggling with now, because I'm older and I have my own views on life and everything like that. So really trying to be both now is what I'm like trying to do, is be both black and white. When I was younger, I felt like I had to choose one side and what side I wanted to be on and whatever I felt comfortable with. But I'm like, you know what? No, I'm black and I'm white. I'm gonna be weird sometimes. I'm gonna talk certain ways sometimes to certain people. Like, it's not gonna hinder who I am, and I'm proud to be a mixed woman in America. And so I just wanted to like talk about this a little bit more in my experience, and just like what it's like to be mixed in America, or just be a person of color in America. Well, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, or learned something, or just gained a better knowledge of someone else's culture, my culture. So if you guys did like this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Sometimes I talk about this stuff, sometimes I don't. Just depends on what I've seen, and then it brings me to do video, or just like, you know, Black History Month, stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it again, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. Today is Valentine's Day, so I decided I wanted to do like a Valentine's Day kind of tag video, questionnaire, whatever. So I found these couple questions, probably like 10 or probably 11.